everyone, hope you're all doing well. This video is going to be a tutorial on dolphin pose and how we can then progress from dolphin pose into forearm stands / headstands. So I'm not kind of calling it a headstand tutorial, it's just kind of how we can work up to that stage. So dolphin is the pose to really focus on first. With this one, do make sure that you're in an environment where you feel safe. You can use cushions or anything around you. Basically just make sure there's nothing in the way. So if you do feel like you're going to lose balance at points, you're not going to like crash into the lamp or something. So yeah, just make sure you're in a safe environment for this one. Look at the cat. She's just there. So I'm going to talk through dolphin pose first. So come and find a space. So just to show you what dolphin pose is, just to recap, it is a forearm stand with your feet on the floor. So you lift the knees and hips, and this is dolphin. So in dolphin pose, it's kind of the same shape as downward dog. So think of it like that, but you're on your forearms. And you're not bringing the head onto the floor, okay? Your head is off the floor the whole time. This is why it's a good progression into forearm stands and handstands. So what we're going to do is just talk briefly through the points of dolphin. I have done a video on it before, but it's always good to recap. So to set up for dolphin pose, you're going to have your hands the width of your elbows, okay? So you're going to start just on your knees, bring the forearms down, and then from there, bring your hands out. And you can either link the fingers together or place the palms down. I've seen people do it differently, so it's up to you, whatever feels more comfortable. From there, you're going to then think about keeping the shoulders in line with the elbows to begin with. So you're kind of like on all fours. Then you're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips, okay? So if you can see from that starting point, my hips are over my knees. I'm just going to literally push through the feet to lift up, okay? And as I lift up, that's when your shoulders push back. So you want to push through the forearms and then try and bring your head in line with the top of your arms, okay? What I commonly see sometimes is this, and this loads up the shoulders. It keeps all that pressure into here, when actually we want to take it away from the shoulders and put the pressure through the forearms and then use the core muscles, okay? So really it's about core. So we've got to here. Then think about the legs. If it's too much extending the legs away, soften the knees, just like we do in downward dog. With our back, we want to try and keep it straight. So if you feel the back starts to curve all round, bend the knees. Okay, I'd rather you have a straighter back and bent knees rather than the other way around, basically. And then chest, push it forward and really open it towards the thighs. So that's dolphin, okay? So with dolphin pose, we can have a little play around with this, okay? From this point, your first thing to do is to just try and hold the position for about 20 to 30 seconds. Try and do that, 3 or 4 times just to help build that strength and really get the core muscles engaged. And then if you want to start playing around with it and having a bit more fun with it, then we can start to think about where the feet are placed. So when we come up into dolphin, we can walk the feet in. That's when it changes slightly. So you feel the core muscles engage more, and then this is where your hips start to come in line with your head, okay? So it may feel a little bit scary. You may feel that you're just going to fold forward or go into a forward roll. So just have a little play with walking the feet in, maybe then walking them back out. Just seeing how that feels, okay? Then if you feel okay with this, I want you to take a leg off, maybe the other, see how that feels, and then maybe start to hop. So can you push and lift, okay? All right, that's your next bit. So working from dolphin then, what you're naturally now going into is a forearm stand. So a forearm stand is literally what it says. You're keeping your weight on the forearms. You're not putting your head down, you're keeping the head off the floor. With that leg swing, you can start to then feel the gravity change. You can start to feel how the hips can start to come over the head. Okay, that is where your shoulders do start to shift further forward. So if you want to practice this, use a wall space. So what I would do to practice myself is probably have the wall in front here, yeah, hands in front, and then as I kick my legs up, I can then start to kick my legs towards the wall. So you can kick all the way up and then kind of use that and see how long you can actually just hold in that forearm stand, yeah? See how it feels on those shoulders and the abs. Okay, so that's forearm stands. So you can sort of work into dolphin into that. What you can then try and do is headstands. Now I'm not going to go too far into this. I would only practice and work on this if you've had a go before. Headstands is not something I'd usually teach in a class setup anyway, I must admit. But if you feel, but I know some of you do practice them at home, okay? And I know I have talked through headstands briefly with some of you in class that have asked. So if you want to have a little play with that, you know, from this practice, then you can, all right? Just going to give you a few little pointers to make sure that you set up the headstand correctly if you are going to practice. So it's exactly the same with the arms, okay? But you're going to link the hands together. And what you want to do is place your head in between the hands, all right? So you want to slot your head there. And when your head is on the floor, you want the top of your head to be on the floor, okay? You don't want to be on your forehead or too far back, because then that is where your neck will be out of line with your back. So we always want to keep the neck in line with the spine. Again, use a wall for this if you want to. And when you're coming into the headstand, exactly the same as dolphin, okay? Walk the feet in first. Don't just swing the legs up, okay? In a headstand, we want to be a bit more mindful of where the hips are going. So you can see here, hopefully I'm in line, my hips are coming over in line with the head, okay? There will be a point where you have to bring up a foot. So you might just want to try one foot at a time to begin with, okay? Only when you feel ready to, then try both, okay? But I would practice the forearm stands first, and I would practice the dolphin enough before you even try into a headstand, okay? Just because you should be putting more of the weight into the forearms, but you do put weight into your head. So just be mindful because of the neck, okay? This is where we don't want to damage, obviously, so be safe and make sure that you're in a good environment practicing this, okay? And don't just throw yourself up, okay? Be patient and gradual with it, okay? So have a go. Let me know how you get on. If you have any questions on it, please let me know. I'll happily answer any questions if you need a little bit of assistance. But again, just with the headstands as a safety note, if you haven't practiced them before, probably just work on the forearm stands first. But if you're happy and you've done them in the past, go for it. Have a little play, see how you get on. And then, yeah, cool. It's just difficult because I'm not with you. So it's quite a nice, this would be a fun one to do in person. Maybe we'll do a workshop one day. So yeah, let's have a little go. Any questions, just let me know. And then I'll speak to you soon. Bye.